Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and in this video I am going to be making a traditional meatloaf using only this microwave right here. Now it's not a typical microwave, it's a convection microwave made by Toshiba. And the cool thing about convection microwaves is they allow you to bake inside of them because it contains a heating element as well as a fan. And that fan blows the hot air all around the inside and it's going to help you to cook your food more evenly and more efficiently. And you don't have to worry about heating up your entire house like you would with a regular oven. But if you wanted to use it as a typical microwave, you can still do that. The functionality is still there. So I want to say thank you to Medea, the company that owns Toshiba appliances, for sending this out to me so that I can show you exactly what you can do inside of it. So this meatloaf is going to be pretty good if I do say so myself. So without further ado, let me show you how you can put it together and cook it in a convection microwave oven. First thing that we're going to do is prepare this meat, and then once that's done, I'm also going to make a topping to go over it before I put it in the convection microwave. This is 1 pound of ground beef, which is enough to feed about 2 people. And if you're just feeding yourself, maybe a few servings of meatloaf. So you can season yours with whatever you want. Regular salt and pepper, you got something special that you want to use, it's all up to you. I'm also going to keep it simple, but not as simple as kosher salt and pepper. Only thing that I'm just going to be using is good old traditional Lowry seasoned salt, and I'm also going to use some pepper on that as well. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. When it comes to making meatloaf, you can use a spoon if you want to get stuff all mixed in, but I think that it's just better overall to just get your hands in there. Now this isn't too bad the way that we have it now, but once we start adding all the other ingredients, it's going to get really slippery real quick. So I can't really tell you exactly how much seasoning to put on it. It kind of just becomes one of those things that you just kind of get a feel for. You'll kind of know when enough is enough. So, just don't go too heavy, but, be kind of generous with it. So I'm going to finish seasoning all this up, and then we're going to add some more ingredients. Next, I have a couple of different vegetables I'm going to put over in there. This is about 1/4 of a large onion and 1 bell pepper that I cut up and diced. So I'm going to put all that in here. I'm also going to crack an egg and put the whole egg in there too. And I also have this can of petite diced tomatoes in tomato juice. I'm not going to put the whole can in there, maybe about half, maybe a little less than half. We'll see how it works out in the end. So let's just plop some of this over in there too. And let's give this a good mixing with the hands. So as you can see, everything is really liquidy and slippery. Really no good way to make a loaf out of this. That's why we are going to add some breadcrumbs. This is about 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. And I'm going to work that in there. And if I need to add more, I will. But let's just get this all worked in, and this looks like it's going to be enough for us to actually be able to form an actual loaf out of this. All right, look at that. So that 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs really help to bind everything together like this. So we can make this into a loaf. So we're going to do that and put it inside of our baking dish. This is my glass loaf pan. I actually just bought this today. I'm going to take this big hunk of meat. We're going to put it in here, but we need to shape it so that, it's in the form of a meatloaf. It's really easy to form, so don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical all the way around, just as long as it's in that loaf shape. It should only take just, a few seconds to do this. Here's our topping. It's about 1/4 cup of ketchup, 1/2 tablespoon of mustard, and about 1.5-ish tablespoons of brown sugar. We're just going to mix that up and put it right over the top of the meatloaf. And because this is a sauce, you can always taste it and then adjust it according to your own personal taste. But this tastes pretty good to me, so now I'm just going to spread it over the meatloaf. Now that the meatloaf prep is done, we need to preheat the convection microwave. But let me just give you a quick little look on the inside of it. It's got some really nice clear LED lighting. That's one of my favorite features on this thing. And it also comes with a couple of these racks here. This one is the one that sits closer to the bottom, and there's another one that's higher. So in order to start the convection process, we are going to do this. Hit the convection button, and then if you continue to press it, it'll give you the various temperatures that you can choose from. As you can see, it goes all the way up to 425 degrees. So we're going to set this at 375. Hit the start button to confirm. Press it again to start. It's going to beep twice once it's done preheating, and then when that's done, we're going to stick the meatloaf in. The preheating on this is done. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to get my meatloaf. I'm going to keep the rack in there just because. And I'm going to sit this down on the rack, close it up, and now we get to set the time. And I will come back and check in about 45 minutes or so just to see what the temperature is. So now just press start and it counts down. So I'll see you in 45 minutes to an hour. I let this cook for the full hour, and this is how it turned out. The internal temperature is about 170 degrees, so it's good to go. I have just started to dig into this meatloaf, and let me tell you, it is really good. That sauce goes perfectly with the meatloaf, and I think that that brown sugar adds just another wonderful element to it. Just a little bit of sweet, but it's not overwhelming at all. It's a very nice complement to the Dijon mustard that I use, as well as the ketchup. And I also like what the onions bring to it as well, because to me the onions, it almost like brings like a moisture somewhat to it. Because I've tried making this without the onions and with onions, and with the onions, the meatloaf just always seems to be a little bit more tender. Now, one thing that I did not show you is that once it comes out of the convection oven, yes, there is going to be a decent amount of grease that has built up in there. Of course, how much it is depends on the type of ground beef that you get. But yeah, I just took that out and then I drained the grease, so that won't be a problem. But this is one good meatloaf, and you see I've already eaten half of it since I had to recharge my camera. But yeah, guys, that is how you make a pretty traditional meatloaf inside of the Toshiba Convection microwave oven. And of course, I'm going to leave a link to where you can find this in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. And I really think that it is a great choice for you to make if you're looking to convection bake, but you don't want a regular big convection oven. Maybe you just looking for another microwave and you want this as a feature so you won't have to heat up your home whenever you use your oven. This is something to look into, and you can still use the regular microwave functions as well. So thank you all so much for watching this, and until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.